Welcome to the DSN Daily Show presented by DSN, and today we have a lot of top stories and headlines to cover. We started off with DeJounte Murray of the NBA tearing his ACL. He was the youngest player ever to be on the defensive first team last year, and now he's going to be out for the entire 2018-2019 regular season. Heartbreaking injury for him, and just not good to see a young guy like him go down. Next story is going to be Jay Ajayi of the Philadelphia Eagles. They continue to get weaker as he is going to be out, more than likely going to be out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL himself. Another heartbreaking injury, as you just hate to see these guys tear their ACLs and have just kind of almost career, very altering injuries. The Suns have suddenly fired their GM just a week before the NBA season is set to tip off. I'm not 100% sure why at this point, but we should get some more news tomorrow. Not a lot of headlines, obviously, about this. And then our next story and our last story will be Wendell Moore has committed to Duke. He's number 19 prospect or recruit in the ESPN's top 100. And it should be interesting to see how he plays out for 2019. He's the first recruit for Duke this year to commit. He's a 5-star, and he chose them over NC State, North Carolina, and Wake Forest. Now let's move on to some Now let's move on to some highlights. We start in the Big Easy. We got Saints and the Redskins. Michael Thomas starting it out. A nice little reception down inside the 10-yard line. Drew Brees trying to break Peyton Manning's record for most pass yards in an NFL career history. He's going to finish off the drive, a little touchdown pass right there. A nice little play from Brees, and the Saints go up 13-6 early. Brees drops back in the pocket on 2nd and 17, going to air it deep. He has a man wide open, and they're going to get down inside the 10-yard line. Brees, what a pass. Under pressure, finds a wide open guy. 3rd and goal, they're going to hand it off to Melvin Ingram. He's back from his 4-game suspension. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown right there, and the Saints go up 20-6. Moving along in this ball game, Brees on 1st and 10, going to step back in the pocket. He's going to try to find time, and he's going to break Peyton Manning's pass record for most yards in a career over the 74,000 mark. And Drew Brees is now the most all-time passing leader in NFL history. An incredible stat line for him, and a great job by him. They had a whole thing where he gave the ball to the NFL Hall of Fame commissioner, and that ball will be presented probably in the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton. Alex Smith keeping it himself, going up the middle for a touchdown. It's now 26-13. Redskins are still trailing. Brees a fake on 1st and 10. Going to air this one deep for Smith one more time. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints try to pull away here on Monday Night Football. This is a big game for the Saints, trying to take key possession of that first place in the South, as Smith going to fire it, and that pass is intercepted on 4th and 2. It's going to be brought back by the Saints all the way down inside the 5-yard line before being brought down. What a horrible throw from Smith, just off his footing, and just kind of makes a bad pass, just pressured into that. Then on 1st and goal, Brees is out of the game. They're going to put in their man, Taysom Hill. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and it is now 40-13 Saints. That would be all they needed. As they finish out the game and win 43-19, Saints improved to 4-1 in the season. Brees 26 for 29, 363 yards and 3 touchdowns in his incredible game, one he will never forget. Now we move on to the Dodgers and the Braves. The Dodgers trying to eliminate the Braves from playoff contention. Max Muncy going to score all the way from first on this little hit right down the line from Machado. Fulton Awavich in a hole already as the Dodgers go up 1-0. Later in the ball game on the hill for the Dodgers would-be Hill. It's going to be a little liner into left. Coming down with it will not be Peterson. He gets it in quickly, but 2 runs will score off this Kurt Suzuki single. Rich Hill not liking that, as it's going to be a 2-1 lead for the Braves. But the Dodgers weren't out of this one yet. Tyler Flowers in the ballgame. The catcher lining one up the middle. A couple of runs will score. That'll be Bellinger and Puig. It's now 3-2 Dodgers lead. What a clutch piece of hitting right there from Flowers, getting the bench hyped up. The Braves can't believe it. Still in the top of the 7th, Manny Machado calling his shot at 6-2. A no-doubter, a 3-run shot from him. And he's had an incredible game. He finished with a home run, a double, and 4 RBIs as the Dodgers take game number 4, and they will close out this series as the Braves have been eliminated from the playoffs, and the Dodgers will move on to the NLCS in a couple of days. Hill only went 4 1/3, giving up 2 earned runs. They pulled him after that. Machado went 2 for 5 with a home run, a double, 4 RBIs, and he scored as well. Moving on to the Houston and Cleveland game. Cleveland playing for this season as well, as Brantley skies one into deep center. Springer will catch it, and tagging up and scoring will be Yan Gomes from third. It's 1-0 Indians early in this ball game. Well, crowd loving this one, as they really have a pretty good crowd when they come to games, but their attendance records are always low. And then Springer off Clevinger. This one is way back, gone. Springer's second home run of the postseason, and that one is a blast. But Frankie Lindor says, I want another home run as well, and I want to take the lead. 2-1, the Tribe lead off of a Francisco Lindor home run right there in the bottom of the fifth. Really the only guy in the playoffs that's been playing even remotely decent for the Indians so far. He's had an incredible postseason, really one of the top players in the MLB. Just doesn't have a really that great of a team to surround him so far this year. So it's 2-1 Indians lead in the top of the seventh. A little dribbler from Altuve on the second for one, back to first. He is safe. Hustle scores a run for the Astros as they tie it up because of the nice hustle from Jose Altuve. Top of the seventh, a little flare into left field for Marwin Gonzalez. It'll get down for extra bases. A couple of runs will score. It is now 4-2 Astros. Marwin Gonzalez, talk about clutch. A 2 RBI double right there. Top of the eighth, Cody Allen on the hill. George Springer going to take him deep. This one is way out of here. It is now 5-2. The Astros lead, taking complete control of this ball game, trying to close out the Tribe. Brad Hand on the hill. He traded their top prospect, Francisco Mejia, for him, and he's going to get a home run off of. That's going to be a 3-run shot from Carlos Correa, and the Astros will beat the Indians 3 games to none. They sweep them, and that is how they will advance to the ALCS, more than likely taking on the Red Sox if they can win, not tomorrow night, but the night after. And this is going to be an incredible ALCS, whoever wins. The Indians just looked bad in this postseason, no pitching, no offense, and they lose 11-3. As we look at the Red Sox score from last night, they blew out the Yankees by a final score of 16-1. They ended up booing Aaron Boone when he finally pulled out Severino very late in the ballgame. Just kind of that Yankees mentality. They better win or the fans are not going to be happy. So yeah, they were obviously not very thrilled about that performance. But the Red Sox are one win away from advancing to the ALCS. That should be interesting to see. That is all we have for the DSN recap show. Or the DSN Daily Show, sorry. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you, and goodbye.